What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about why I feel like the NBA playoffs this year, a lot has been made of the injuries and it's been really bad. The injuries have been really bad and it's kind of watered down a lot of the product, and a lot of people are going to say there's an asterisk next to this championship this year. And I don't really blame them. Look at the stars that's been out or that has gotten hurt during the series. It's a lot. And it's changed a lot. But I also feel like these kind of playoffs, involving teams like the Hawks and the Suns and the Bucks trying to get the finals bid, I feel like it was desperately needed for the NBA. Now, granted, you would have wished that it didn't have to take a bunch of injuries to a bunch of stars for it to get to this point. But what can you do? You look at the landscape of the NBA and you look at the finals pictures for years, like the past 5+ years or whatever. Since I was a young boy, a young lad. It's LeBron James, or it's been Kevin Durant, or it's been Stephen Curry. It's been a mixture of the same guys, the same names within the finals picture. It's always been the same teams. Whether it's the Warriors or the Lakers or, these big organizations, big time market teams, etc. And this year, you have those big market teams eliminated. Now, I'm not saying it's because of they just got beat out. Yes, injuries happened, etc. But I'm not talking about that right now. You have the Milwaukee Bucks, you have the Atlanta Hawks, you have the Phoenix Suns. Teams that aren't, big time franchises or that got big time legacies behind them. You have these small market teams competing for a finals bid and competing for a championship. And yes, it may not be good for first take and undisputed ratings because it's not LeBron or KD, etc. or Kawhi. But for the fans and for the future of the NBA, it's good for this to happen. Whether now, next year we're probably back to LeBron or, the names I previously mentioned back in the finals. Next year we're probably back to that because the injuries most likely won't be as bad next year as they was this year. But you talk about the future of the NBA when the LeBrons are gone, when the KDs are gone, or when they're just more up there in age. This was a great showcasing of so much young talent and so much just future of the NBA. You talk about Trae Young and his coming out party. You talk about guys, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. Yes, they got eliminated in the first round. But seeing those names, those new, fresh, young names within the playoffs are always good to see. You talk about Giannis and Milwaukee possibly getting into the finals. You talk about Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Shoot, they went from not even getting into the playoffs at all to a finals appearance. Like I said, yes, I know they've had some luck. And a lot of championship runs involve luck. Some guys got injured. We all know that. But you talk about Luka Doncic. All these young guys that were able to shine on this stage. And all these small market teams that have been able to advance in the playoffs and be on this stage that they usually aren't on. Or that, you got a lot of guys that people may not have known about. You got role player guys, Cameron Payne, who are open to a whole new audience because a lot of people probably aren't watching the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns probably aren't on ESPN all the time or TNT all the time because it's Phoenix and it's not Boston or LA. You get what I mean? I think this playoffs has done a lot for the future of the NBA and starting to shape up who is going to be those new guys when the old reign is like officially ending and is gone. Now, eventually, you know, Zion's going to get in there too. We can't forget about the guys like Zion, Bradley Beal, who's still very young. It's a lot of young talent that a lot of people don't really see like that because they're just small market teams. And I'm glad that this playoffs, you see a lot of those small market teams getting the limelight. Even though it may just be for one season, it will be back to, you know, whoever, Lakers or Clippers again or Warriors back in the limelight. But for just this one season, and I know, like I said before, it sucks that it had to take all these injuries for it to occur. I think it's beautiful seeing these small market teams fighting for a championship. You know, it's being a fan of a team like the Wizards that aren't that big, you know, of a market within the NBA landscape, right? It's good for me as a fan of a smaller team to see other smaller teams get the shine for once. To see some new names for once. And I think NBA fans can agree that is just a great sight to see some newer guys, some newer names, some newer role players pop up. You know, we all know about Alex Caruso and all those guys. It's good to see some of the other role players on these smaller market teams get some shine. And I think it's good for the NBA in the future. Like I said, the media, national media, of course they will all love. They would have loved for it to be the Nets and the Lakers in the finals, etc. But just for this one season, yes, like I said, if you could put an asterisk by it or whatever, it don't matter to me. I just think it's really good for this one season that you see some fresh blood in that finals picture. And I think the NBA is there to benefit in the long run for it. You're setting up those foundation pieces of the next young guys that are going to be in your league for years to come. Shoot, when I'm about 30-something, 35, you know, your John Morants, etc. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think, and have you enjoyed just the fresh faces, the smaller market teams being in the finals run? And I know that, like I said, the injuries suck, but do you think it's been better for, as a fan, to watch some fresh blood, somebody that's not LeBron or Kevin Durant or Stephen Curry, etc. in that finals picture? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment sections. Like I said before, on the road to 2,000 subscribers, if you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe, please leave a like, all of that good stuff, and I will be back with more videos next time. I will see you guys later. Peace.